You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Alive Again on Pet Life Radio. My name is Brent Atwater, and I'm your hostess. Who is Brent, you ask? Well, I'm the world's #1 authority on animal afterlife and reincarnation. So our show today is going to be about the Rainbow Bridge, that special place in the sky where pets go after they die. And we're going to talk about all aspects of the Rainbow Bridge. And then we have a little surprise coming for you because we've written a poem about the Rainbow Bridge and reincarnated pets. Before we start our show, we invite you to our Facebook page and go see our Animal Reincarnation group. That's a lively group over there, and we have wonderful discussions. We support you and hold your heart after pet loss, but then we expand your awareness and help inspire hope with our stories. And we have a pet reincarnation blog that you'll be able to find our Rainbow Bridge Pet Reincarnation poem on. It's called www.petreincarnationblogspot. So visit us over there. Now, for those who are listening to this in the archives, our events are announced on my Facebook page. That's Brent Atwater Pet Loss and Animal Reincarnation, and on my websites, www.justplainlovebooks.com and brentatwater.com. So you can always find out what we're doing and where we're going to be, and we'll look forward to meeting you. Now, let's go to the Rainbow Bridge. And you know, we want to know if the Rainbow Bridge poem could be harmful to reincarnation. You know, we always have to look at it from the animal afterlife and reincarnation aspect. Over time, the Rainbow Bridge has evolved to be a pet loss haven. It's like a little place to go for all good pets in a little section, or a big section, none of us really know, in heaven. It was founded from a poem with the author unknown that has evolved over the years. And what it has become is the place that pets go after they die. Now, what's interesting to me from an animal's afterlife point of view, and especially a reincarnation point of view, is that no one, when they talk about the Rainbow Bridge poem, or they talk about the Rainbow Bridge, ever talks about the pets coming back. And because it's my mission, that's what we're going to talk about. A lot of the Rainbow Bridge support grief forums and message boards often encourage posting pet memorials. Now, many individuals honor their pet's love and pay tribute to that animal's soul through this memorial. For some, the memorials are healing. Others, it's therapeutic. Others, it's celebrating a place to feel that they know where their pet is safe and comfortable. Some believe it's just a remembrance. But it's really important, and this is key, folks, so pay attention here, the mindset and the intent that you have when you place a memorial on one of the sites that's a Rainbow Bridge site or a forum or a grief board, and you make that little picture with your puppy or your kitty or your horse or your ferret or your bunny or your snake or all finned, feathered, and whatever creatures, it's really important for you to maintain a specific mindset when you create that memorial and look at that pet's portrait in order to encourage pet reincarnation. Did you know, now listen to this carefully, that when you create a memorial like Fluffy laying at the bottom of the memorial bridge and the rainbow and all of heaven and everywhere you think he is, that you potentially focus only on his death and you set your intent that he's in heaven. Now, you might say, well, he's in heaven and he's at the Rainbow Bridge. Hello. Those of us who want reincarnation wanted to come back. A lot of people believe that deceased pets come and go as they please, and even if the person focuses on death, that their pet will evolve anyway. Wrong. Some people believe that when you create a memorial, it has no influence on the pet's energy. Wrong. Here's why. For an animal with a reincarnation contract, they have to honor your free will choice. And so if you're going, oh, okay, Fluffy's going to evolve and come back to me. No. If you think that he's going to do his energetic progression on his own and you have a contract together, you have to allow that reincarnation contract to evolve. when you focus on believing that Fluffy's sitting right there, or Fido is right there in Rainbow Bridge, and you say, well, I'll never meet him until I die. Think about that. You have just set the parameters of what your pet has to honor. Well, I'll meet Fluffy when I die at the Rainbow Bridge. That tells Fluffy, I don't particularly want you coming back. I'm not real interested in this, so you just sort of hang out up there until I croak, and then we'll be there. Now, that's not good. If you want to enjoy your pet, or if you have a reincarnation contract and you want to have your pet with you again in this lifetime, and again, it's very important of what you contracted. My dog has reincarnated 5 times. Several people I know have had their animal 3 times. Some people have only had their animal 1 time. But if you have a reincarnation contract, which is a soul to soul, their soul to yours, and only to you, it's an individual thing, then it's really important that you leave your mind open to the fact that, yes, they can come back. Now, another thing is this healing memorial. Well, although sometimes you may think it's a healing memorial, contrary to the popular belief that it is a healing memorial, is this thought. It always reminds you of a pet who used to be in the body you're looking at. Now, see, we're giving this from the perspective of those who believe in animals' afterlife and reincarnation. So when you look at healing memorial, and I look at all those that come down and go, oh, there's Fido, there's Munchkin, there's Huckleberry, and all these animals are in this little Rainbow Bridge picture, I'm going, oh dear, I sincerely hope that the person is looking at this with the right intent, because again, you can lock your pet into staying at the Rainbow Bridge if you focus your intent and you have mentally decided and you continually think that that's where your pet is. And all these memorial products that claim, I'll be waiting for you, that just perpetuates the fact that your pet's never returning. We have a wristband to counter that. It says, my love is never ending. I'm coming back to you. So, being an animal reincarnation specialist, I always look at both sides. And when I see a product that says, I'll be waiting for you, I like to look at the other side, which is love is never ending, and there is a perpetual life cycle that is eternal, which means death, life, and so the cycle of life continues. So if you set your mindset on believing that your pet is at the Rainbow Bridge and they'll have to come back only when you die, that's where you meet them, you can stop the whole reincarnation process. Now, let's talk about, after we hear from our sponsors, what a positive Rainbow Bridge memorial will be. See you then.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Is the coast clear?
Yes. Let's go.
Are you sure they went to Petco?
Where else would they go?
Oopsie.
Calm down.
I smell presents.
Go to PetcoDeals.com and get $6 off your order of $60 or more, and up to 40% off hundreds of holiday items at Petco. That's PetcoDeals.com. Go now.
Uh-oh, step on it.
Okay.
Oh, not on my tail.
Petco, where the pets go.
Dyson.
The new Dyson Animal Vacs are powerful bagless upright vacuums for homes with pets. Air muscle and radio root cyclone technology generates the strongest suction power to powerfully remove dust, dirt, and pet hair from the home or car. To order your Dyson Animal Vac, go to DysonDeals.com. DysonDeals.com to order your Dyson Animal Vac today.
Dyson, music to your ears.
It's the holidays at PetSmart, so come one and all. There are hundreds of gifts for pets big and pets small. Toys only at PetSmart, so special and new. They'll love the gifts. You'll love the value. Hurry to PetSmart today for your very best friend and save 30 to 50% before the holiday ends.
The holidays are just around the corner. Go to PetLifeRadio.com/PetSmart and save up to 30% on awesome gifts for the pets and pet people in your life. Toys, collars, leashes, PetSmart gift cards, treats, and more. So shop early and save money. Go to PetLifeRadio.com/PetSmart today.
Pet Life Radio presents Paranormal Pets, where you can always expect the unexpected. Each week we'll discuss all aspects of weird or spiritual animal encounters, ghosts, totems, psychic animals, animal souls, animal angels, and animals in religion, with a little cryptozoology thrown in. Step into the supernatural world of pets with your Paranormal Pets ghostly host. Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
We're back, and thank you, sponsors, for being there. We certainly do appreciate it. Okay, now what we're going to do, after we've looked at the negative aspects of a healing memorial on the Rainbow Bridge site, or a healing memorial that perpetuates "I'll be waiting for you" rather than "I'm coming back to you," let's talk about how to look at a Rainbow Bridge memorial and make it a positive experience. Remember, in our mind as animal reincarnation, RIP means reincarnation is possible, and that the Rainbow Bridge is just a stopover on the way back to you, not a place to stay for a pet's energy and a pet's love that is alive and well. So here's what you're going to do to make your picture with Fluffy at the Rainbow Bridge into a positive experience. When you look at that picture, you're going to open your mind to the possibility of your pet's return. And every time you look at RIP, you're going to think reincarnation is possible, because it is. I've spent over 16 plus years researching this. I'm the world's leading authority on animal life after death and reincarnation. And we've collected stories more and more everywhere and every day from all over the world. Now, if you want to read some of those, go to our Pet Reincarnation blog spot, and you'll see lots of articles, and contribute your story if you have one. We would greatly appreciate it. Now, if you want to send your story or you have a question about anything, and we answer a lot of our listeners' questions on our radio shows, email me. That's Brent at PetLifeRadio.com. Let's go over that one more time. Brent at PetLifeRadio.com. So send us your comments, send us your questions, and if you want to, we'll be more than glad to do the best we can to address all that you have. Sometimes we'll be calling you and asking you if you'd like to be on the show with us. So we'll look forward to listening to what our listeners say. How about that? We do hear you, and we do focus our shows around you. And for those listening for the first time, I've used that word one too many times now, but we have this in archives, podcast, and you can find us anywhere, so that you could even be on your treadmill and enjoy our show. All right. The next thing you want to do is, when you look at a memorial, you want to look at a memorial as the marker for the beginning of life. You're going, why, he's dead? Well, nope. Here's how we look at it. In order to reincarnate, you have to die. So for those of us who believe in animal life after death, death is the first step in coming back to you. So that's why we say RIP, reincarnation is possible. Death, woohoo! Death is the first step in your pet being able to reincarnate back to you. He's got to get rid of that old body. It's been sick, it's old, it's tired. Recycle, new model, hello, Mom. So that's what we're looking forward to. I know emotionally that death takes a toll on your heart and your human emotions. I've been dealing with a 20-year-old cat who's in renal failure, and it just tears my heart out to see Ugly, the most beautiful of them all, having to deal with this. However, in my mind, I say, well, when she chooses to leave, then that'll be her first step in coming back to me. And although it doesn't help with the pain in my heart, and it doesn't necessarily dry my tears, it does give me hope. Because how can she come back in a new body if she doesn't leave the old one first? And think about it. When a caterpillar makes a cocoon around himself, everybody goes, oh, that little bug's just creating a casket. No, he's creating a place where he can transform and metamorphosize into a new life flight, the butterfly. And that's the reason the butterfly is a symbol for reincarnation. So a good way to view a memorial is to look at it as being the beginning of a new life that can come back to you. Another thing about memorials is nowhere does it say, hello, energy is everlasting. According to the physics of it, electromagnetic energy, which is what your body is, the life force energy is never ending. Let me give you an example. If you take water and you boil it, what do you get? Steam. If you take steam and you freeze it, what do you get? Ice or ice crystals. If you take ice and you melt it, what do you get? Water. Well, the physics of it is the electromagnetic energy, life force, never died. It was water, it was steam, it was ice, it was water. So the electromagnetic physics of it never changed. What changed was the physical body, the physical properties surrounding that life force energy of H2O. Okay? And that's what pets do when they leave their body. Their life force energy or soul never dies. They're alive, they're well, they're healed, they're healthy, and they've just got to decide, do they want to come back and have another life in another body? And that's when the spiritual side of it kicks in and calls it reincarnation. Reincarnation has been around 6,000 years, folks. It's been around since 1200 BC. All the major world's religions and oldest religions embrace it. So there's got to be something to the concept. And after all these years of collecting stories from all over the world, you just can't believe how much they are all the same and the signs are the same. Now, if you really want to know more about this, I've written a book, and it's the world's #1, thank you, resource for animal life after death and pet reincarnation. It's called Animal Reincarnation, Everything You Always Wanted to Know. And it is filled with like 130 pages of answers to every question that I get in all my book signings, my events, emails, you name it. If there's a question that I've been asked and it's not covered, every year I update the book and add your questions that were not previously covered, so you'll have the largest current-based knowledge that there is available on animal reincarnation. Now, where can you find animal reincarnation? Well, you can find it on www.justplainlovebooks.com. That's mine. You can find it on Amazon, Kindle, Kobo, Nook, Smashwords, iPhone, you name it. It's anywhere in the world. Our book is being translated into Japanese and in French. So we'll have both of those versions. Then we'll be having the Italian and the Spanish version coming soon. So stay alert to my Brent Atwater Pet Loss fan page. And we're always making announcements like that. It'll also be announced on our blog, Pet Reincarnation. And we hope that we will always be your go-to place to answer questions about animal life after death and pet reincarnation. Now, one of the things we want you to do is, if this is your first time listening to this show, go back and listen to our archive shows. There's a wealth of information there. There really is. And we're trying to make these things, rather than just, quote, entertaining, we want you to go away with takeaway knowledge. And takeaway knowledge, you can go, oh yeah, that works. Okay, So here's the last takeaway knowledge. We have now a poem for the Rainbow Bridge and pet reincarnation. You can get a copy of that if you believe in animal afterlife and reincarnation on my website, www.justplainlovebooks.com. You can find it on our pet blog, and I have it on my fan page. But this is the Rainbow Bridge for pet reincarnation poem. This one lets your pet go to the Rainbow Bridge and come back to you. You can find copies of this at www.justplainlovebooks.com. It's on my Pet Loss fan page, and it's in our Pet Reincarnation blog. So here goes. When an animal dies, his soul transitions to a special place in heaven called the Rainbow Bridge. There he is alive and well, a part of never-ending love. He is healed, whole, and restored. He meets special friends, family, and loved ones. They run and play together. There is plenty of food, water, and sunshine. Everyone is safe, warm, and comfortable. He visits you in your dreams with memories of days and special times shared. He is happy and content, except for one small thing. And this is where our poem differs from the other Rainbow Bridge poem that keeps them in heaven. This poem brings them home. So pay attention to these words. Here we go. He visits you in dreams with memories of days and special times shared. He is happy and content, except for one small thing. He misses that special bond with a person who had to be left behind. His soul has never left your side. He sends signals to you, and he is thinking about and watching over you. Then the day comes when your pet yearns to be back. There are promises to keep. He quivers and sparkles with intent. It's time to return to Earth as you both have agreed. His energy vibrates faster and faster, forming a heart to be loved. He feels the pull of your prayers and your yearning. Full of hope and faith, he leaves the safety of Rainbow Bridge. His soul begins a search for the haven of your heart. In perfect timing, that moment arrives when you look at one another. For an instant, time stands still as you look into one another's eyes. Your heart is etched with a feeling of recognition. Cautiously, you move forward, filling the gaps to complete your bond. You cling together in joyous reunion. Your touch caresses his beloved head. Once again, you look into trusting eyes. So long from your life, but never absent from your heart. All your sadness is gone. Your pet has returned from Rainbow Bridge to begin another journey together in the eternal cycle of life. Your love is here, now, forever, and always. And that's how we want it to be. We want our pets that go to the Rainbow Bridge come on back. We'll look forward to seeing you in our next show, and take the time to go read the poem. We find that those who celebrate reincarnation understand it and have felt and lived through every part of it. And for those of you who look at the Rainbow Bridge poem, there's one now for pets that come back. Yay! Love is alive and well and never ending. See you soon.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.